Hey folks, how you doing? It's 10/23/2014, 8:07 p.m. here on a Thursday evening. It's been quite a while since I've done one of these, and I really don't have a whole lot to say. I mean, I do, but I don't. For starters, here's the thing. Anybody interested in collaborating in creating a YouTube network of channels on this subject matter that I deal with? If you're dealing with the same thing and you're interested in doing that, contact me. Or if you're looking to start a radio program or be part of a radio program team, contact me. There we go. Just a whole lot going on here in my life here lately, outside of the things that I have mentioned before for those that are in the know about what's been taking place. Just a little footnote here. My keyboard went down the other day when I posted a video. I came up with a motif. Something that I was looking to develop, and so I was doing a mic test for that, and anyhow, that keyboard that I had for quite a while, that I had a lot of my songs that because it works as it's a workstation and a keyboard, so I was able to record on it, write tunes. I've written orchestrations and what I would consider to be some of my masterworks that I've done on that. I have on that, and it stopped working. Yeah, not very pleased with that. I don't have the skill to be able to fix that, so there's nobody around here that I trust to be able to do anything with that. Plus, I don't have the finances to be able to go towards that. So that's three things now within the last couple months or 3 months. Two things within the last 2 months, three things within the last 3 months that have went kaput, that were pretty expensive. That keyboard was pretty pricey. Actually, I traded my Les Paul that I always wanted for my entire life, and I went out and purchased a Les Paul. It was a Sunburst, and it was a very nice guitar. I always wanted a Les Paul, and I got one, and because of where I was living at the time, I went ahead and got rid of that, and yeah, because of where I was living. I'll make clear what that reason for that. I had some psychopath person living underneath me. When I was living in the apartments, and she just went Looney Toonies. I couldn't play that guitar because it was too loud, because it was a neck through and all this other stuff, and every little thing drove her crazy, and I was unable to play any music, and that was of low frequency that would affect her. And long story behind all this. Simply, I ended up getting rid of the keyboard that I had at the time because it was weighted keys, and in order to play it, you had to, forcefully play it. And that's the way I played anyhow. I just like, bam, I get into stuff. Okay, so it was hitting the floor, and she was like, stop pounding on the floor, and so like, oh, okay. So I ended up getting rid of that keyboard because I couldn't play it where I was at, and I need some therapy because I just got over my divorce. So I play my guitar, my Les Paul, and it was an issue for her too. So I traded my Les Paul for that Roland keyboard that I now have. It was brand new, and it was a couple $100 thrown in within the trade. And now this stupid thing doesn't work at all. And the Les Paul is worth, if I still had the Les Paul, it would be worth a lot more than what I now have in that respect. It's just really the whole disappointing thing is not only because it doesn't work, is because now I can no longer retrieve that music that I'd written on it. So a lot of years have been wasted. I don't know where to go to repair it because I don't have the skill to do it. I opened it up and I looked at it and it was like too many screws. You know, just like, oh, I'm not getting into this, man. No way. You know, I know kind of what I'm looking for, but it was just like, no, I don't want to end up doing something that I can't reverse. Like I said, I don't have the skill for it. So, at any rate, it's sitting in the back room right now. After I took it apart to a certain point, I put it back together and said, no, I'm not doing anything. I don't know anybody, any places to take it to that are qualified. I don't trust anybody with it. People say that they go, well, I can fix it. Yeah, sure. You know, only people that I really trust with it is somebody that's certified with Enrollin, that if they do anything wrong, they can always make up for the mistake. So it's kind of like that, you know. I don't know where to go because I don't trust anybody with the gear that I have. Plus, I don't have the money to pay for it. So it's like twofold in that respect. Also, one of my amplifiers went kaput. The one that was most important to me, not the one that's behind me. I have a Bulgara, and that's another story with that. I looked to repair that as much as I could because I'm not a amp repair person. But I did some modifications on that, and after I was done, this clean channel didn't work. Bulgara is really not all that great as a company to begin with. They are a hassle. They don't even supply a schematic for that amplifier or any of their amplifiers. They're just that amplifier is a copy of a PV amplifier, and my recommendation for anybody that's listening to me right now that has anything to do with Bulgara, don't expect anything from Bulgara, period. If you buy from Bulgara, do it with discretion. My advice is to go elsewhere with a reputable company that's been around for a much longer time, or higher quality that's going to back up with what they do. You know, something goes wrong with the thing. It was their defect with the amplifier is the reason why I had to go in there and correct some things, as well as in the process I thought I would modify, and I upgraded the transformer that was in it. Initially, I liked the amplifier, but the clean channel was one of the reasons why I wanted to have it to begin with. Now it doesn't work. So anyhow, my Ignator Renegade 65 that I have, that amplifier, it stopped working. The lead channel, or the crunch channel as it would be, the second channel within the amplifier stopped working. I didn't use it for very long. Actually, I only used it a few times just to hear what it sounded like. I bought it on eBay, which was a big mistake. Refrain from doing any business with eBay, people. Seriously, I can do a whole video about eBay. Anyhow, so I got that, and I noticed after a couple times of use that there was a problem with the clean reverb. Well, clean channel on the reverb side, it was doing some really weird stuff, and I couldn't use it at all because it was just very unappealing to the ear, and it was doing some weird stuff. It was just malfunctioning. Anyhow, so I said, oh, okay, well, I guess I just won't use the reverb. I go, but there's something behind this. Is it going to give me more problems down the road? Is it going to result in more issues? So after a few times of use, I went ahead and put it in the closet and stuck it away because it was just too much amplification to be using it for in bedroom situations. Long story short, this year, a couple months ago, I guess, I pulled it out and it doesn't work properly. Like I said, the other channel does not work at all. And I'm going, great, I spent over $700 for that amplifier, and it doesn't work. And it just, before that, my Digitech 2101 preamp that I have, that I was using for my war guitar, that I spent a lot of time programming the patches and going into deep editing in order to facilitate certain sounds that I was looking for to be my own sounds, unique sounds. I liked the algorithms within that unit. It was really cool, especially for the war guitar, the touch style, instrument. It stopped functioning, so I tried to go in and fix that, and that didn't work out very well, unfortunately for me. And I'm going, oh great, so it's sitting over there in the corner, still open actually. And so we have three different pieces of gear, which are pretty expensive pieces of gear for me, especially the keyboard. That cost me my guitar as well as, altogether it was like new. It was like over $2,000 to buy that at the time, and I did get it new. But now, like I said, it doesn't work, so that's kaput. My amplifier going, and then my preamp going kaput too, and then having to use another. Fortunately, I had another preamp to use, but nowhere near to the quality of sound that I was using before. So I had to start from scratch, and it was very disappointing. Now I'm getting used to what I'm now using, but it's nowhere near with what I had. So, summarized in a nutshell, a lot of disappointment in that area, as far as what's going on with the gear, and there's all this other stuff. Wow. That was a long time. It took a long time to talk about that. But that's something that's, has happened. And you're dealing with I hate to beat it over the head, but my physical problems that I've been dealing with and not being able to do what I wanted to do. And this last summer, I was wanting to go out and play, and I wasn't able to go out and play because physically I wasn't able to play because my hands would not work. And my body wasn't working because of the pain and all the inflammation, all this stuff that was occurring with me on that level. Also, at the same time, in regards to this channel, I don't really want to continue with this channel because of the non-interest here, and I can't really put in the time to. I can barely put in the time and do what I need to do to try to maintain my existence here, let alone to try to do the things that I would like to be able to do in order to advance myself and to better my situation. So I can't really spend the time and effort that I would like to in regards to this channel, and it's one of those things. I would like to be able to, like I mentioned, be able to collaborate with other people and create a team effort to create a network on YouTube or a radio program, that type of thing. Now, when doing this channel, like I said, I like to be able to do things that I start and be able to finish them, but I haven't been able to do that for a lot of reasons. Life has a funny way of doing what it does in order to keep you doing from what you want to be able to do. It's lovely to live on a planet that you have to pay in order to live on, that you were born on. Also, that because of all the other things associated with our participation within the incarnation we have down here. It's not a rite of passage. It's not normal. It's just a bunch of BS. It really is, but it's accepted as being normal. Unfortunately, it produces abnormal activity. Abnormal as a little hint there, a jest in regards to Young Frankenstein. Young Frankenstein, you ever see that? You ever see the movie? Abnormal? Abnormal? Never mind. Anyhow, so I just got done watching I forced myself to watch half of Left Behind. Now, here's my take on Left Behind. I'm going to do this real quick if I can. This October, Nicolas Cage stars in the Lifetime theatrical adaptation in Souls Snagged by the God of the Bible and Those Left Behind because they weren't tagged. We're proud to bring you a musical score written in the cheese of an 80s motif and the script that is so dull it can't even cut soft butter. We have no clue why Nicolas Cage is in this film, but we're glad that he is. After all, he's the reason why you're willing to watch this theatrical release. Viewer discretion advised, though. That is to say, I advise you not to watch this. Yikes! This movie was so full of propaganda and bad. It's horrible. You know what? When it comes to the internet and YouTube and all this stuff, you know, I've been at moments where I've considered the idea of creating a channel that totally makes fun of everything for my own sense of sanity and emotional well-being. Because the internet, YouTube, and things in general, across the board, is begging to be made fun of. It's too much. It really is. And my motivation probably to do anything more than what I'm doing right now, if nobody's really interested in because I need to collaborate with people. I need inspiration to continue to do what I'm doing. Like I said, I can't even hold on to what's going on in order to maintain a proper sense of existence through the conditions of what I've been going through as far as my physical problems and financial problems, let alone doing the things that I would like to be able to do. So, that being said, it would be awesome if someone would step up and say, you know what, I feel the same way. You want to hook up, you want to be able to create a radio program, you want to network on YouTube and kind of promote this stuff, and we can all kind of carry the burden and, you know, move things forward and inspire one another and encourage one another when time is needed and so on and so forth. That would be great, because as it stands, I have less than 2% of those who've subscribed to my channel willing to comment on anything. And I know I closed off some comments on certain videos. Not all of them, just certain ones that, like I said before, get rid of the riffraff, because I'm not willing to deal with all that stupid shit. Let somebody else deal with it. I mean, I'm willing to do it if somebody else wants to leave it open and they can handle it, because I'm just not interested in doing that. If anybody wants to come to me that I'm participating with and looks for advice, you know, how this person is saying this, how should I handle it? I'll throw my 2 cents in there. But I really don't want to be confronted with that energy. I have so many reasons why I don't want to be involved with it, but in simplicity, I can't handle it. I just simply can't. It overwhelms me. It distracts me. It takes away from what I need to do for myself. That's the other thing that I was referring to in regards to making fun of the internet, because I see so many people waste so much time on stupid, excuse my language, stupid shit. It's so stupid. I mean, there is no other word for it other than just stupid. People are so quick to defend the things that they have their affections, you know, absorbed within. I mean, it's funny because there's a movie channel thing that I go to and I watch movies, and occasionally I'll comment. But I'll read some of these comments on there as an example too with what I'm referring to, and, you know, the majority, not everybody, but the majority, unfortunately, really are just really caught up in such a paradigm of goofiness. I don't even know how to deal with it. Seriously, I spend way too much time alone. I'm thinking to myself, way too much. I need to get another wife. Seriously, I need somebody that's going to distract me or help, not distract me, but balance myself in regards to what is going on and what I experience. I cannot communicate the things that I need to properly communicate on my channel because I'm not inspired to do anything, but there's nobody there to really encourage what's going on. I don't have enough input. Less than 2% of, like I said, of individuals that watch this channel participate. And I know that I haven't been able to do the things that I said that I would be doing. I'm sorry for that, but life sucks. You have to pay to live on a planet that you were born on, and what comes with it is a big pile of poop. And you have to wade through the poop. In time you get done wading through the poop, you're totally exhausted. It robs you of your soul energy and your life force. And it's difficult to overcome this stuff, especially when you have no momentum in this lifetime. I know a few of you understand exactly with what I'm saying, so I don't need to go any further with this. For those that don't understand, eventually you will. But the point is that in order for me to do more of this, I need a willingness of participation. Less than 2% really is not cutting it, folks. I mean, like I said before, I'm not interested in thousands and thousands of subscribers. The truth is that I understand if I examine that, it requires thousands and thousands of subscribers in order for them, a decent percentage of the minority to rise up to affect the channel in order for the channel to, move forward and to grow. And it's not growing. And I take blame for a lot of things that I haven't been able to do, but at the same time, like I said, life comes along and it thwarts your plans. So in that respect, I'm not at complete responsibility for the things I've said that I haven't been able to do, or should I say the things that I said I would do that I haven't been able to do. But it is what it is. So anyhow, this was a video about what? Mainly about those who are interested in collaborating and networking on YouTube, and even creating a radio program. If it's something of your ambition and you're kind of like pretty much in the same place that I am, and you want to communicate, all you have to do is contact me, message me here on this video. You can contact me through Facebook. We can figure out some way how to exchange emails and phone numbers, depending, on where you're located, and we can see about working as a team to promote, this information. I mean, that's the reason why I'm here. And as it stands, if things, I don't want to see things dwindle any more than they have, but they will continue to do that if people don't show more interest in what's happening. I'm sorry, like I said, for not being able to provide as much as provide that which I would desire to, but I have done quite a bit here based on of what I had available to me. So taking that in consideration, people, I'm asking you to step up, encourage me so that I can encourage you, and so I can continue to participate with this. Otherwise, I'll just fade away from this because it just doesn't leave me any other choice. My situation is such that this is where things are going. It's going either one way or the other. So I'm asking you to step up and help with this and participate. Become participators in there, man. Don't just be observers. Don't be watchers. Be involved. I'm asking you to be involved. So anyhow, peace everybody. Take care. Hopefully I talk to you soon.